Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a Doctor Strange statue from the movie Spider-Man No Way Home. And here are all of the materials that we will use throughout the build. Please do make sure that you have access to all of these. Begin by placing a row of 8 black terracotta in a row on the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then, on top of this row, going from left to right, place a brown concrete, 2 black terracotta, 2 brown concrete, 2 black terracotta, brown concrete. Then, for the next row, place a grey concrete, 2 brown concrete, 2 blue concrete, 2 brown, and then a grey. Then for the next row, place a brown concrete, grey, brown, 2 blue, brown, grey, brown. Then for the next row, place 2 grey concretes, 1 brown, 2 blue, 1 brown, 2 grey, 1, 2. Then for the next row, place a brown concrete, grey, brown, 2 blue, brown, grey, brown. We then want to have 6 entire rows of blue concrete. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And every single one of these rows wants to get extended over to the right. So we'll just fill this up all the way to the top. For the next row, going from left to right, we want to place 2 brown concrete, 4 brown terracotta, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 brown concrete. The entire next row wants to be black terracotta. For the next row, 2 brown concrete, then 4 brown terracotta, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 brown concrete. And then for the next row, we want to place an entire row of blue concrete. For the next row, 3 blue concrete, 1, 2, 3, 2 yellow, 1, 2, and then 3 blue. Then for the next row, 2 blue concrete, 1 yellow, 2 emerald, 1 yellow, 2 blue. Then for the next row, we want to repeat this, so 2 blue, 1 yellow, 2 emerald, 1 yellow, 2 blue. Then for the next row, we want to place 3 blue, 2 yellow, 3 blue, 1, 2, 3. Then for the next row, we want to place 2 blue, and then 1 yellow, 2 blue, 1 yellow, 2 blue. For the next row, 1 blue, 1 yellow, 4 blue, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 yellow, 1 blue. For the next row, 1 blue, 1 yellow terracotta, 2 blue, 1 yellow terracotta, 1 yellow concrete, and then 1 blue concrete. Then for the next row, 1 blue concrete, 2 yellow terracotta, 2 white terracotta, 2 yellow, 1 blue concrete. Now that is the leg section and torso section almost complete. However, we have to add a little bit more detail, come down to the belt section and find the middle row, which is this black terracotta. Count inwards from the right and find the first, second, third black terracotta. Extend it outwards, place brown concrete all the way around the black terracotta and extend the brown concrete at the bottom down using 2 brown terracotta, 1, 2, brown concrete to the right, extend down, brown terracotta. Perfect. Now that the belt's made, you may also choose to extend the amulet out as well. So I would recommend extending out the circular part of the amulet using yellow concrete and then the block of emerald as well. And that is the actual 3D portion, and the rest looks like it is simply just resting gently against the torso. So whether or not you want to include this, it's up to you, depending upon what time Doctor Strange is from. He may or may not have that with him. So the next thing that we are going to do is build up the head area. So on top of the body, we are going to place an entire row of white terracotta. Extend that forwards a row. And then in front of this row, left to right, place, and we're going to need black concrete and white concrete for this. We can get rid of the yellow concrete and block of emerald for the moment. In front of this, place 2 white terracotta, black concrete, 2 brown concrete, black concrete, and then 2 white terracotta. On top of this, going from left to right, place 2 white terracotta, black concrete, 2 white terracotta, black concrete, 2 white terracotta. For the next row, 3 white terracotta, 2 black concrete, 3 white terracotta. For the next row, place a white terracotta, white concrete, blue concrete, 2 white terracotta, blue concrete, white terracotta. For the next row, place 3 brown concrete, 1, 2, 3, 2 white terracotta, 3 brown concrete. For the next row, place a black concrete, and then 6 white terracotta, and then a black concrete. For the next row, place 2 black concrete, 1 white terracotta, 1 brown terracotta, black concrete, or rather brown... Actually, we might use brown terracotta instead, just to have a little bit of diversity. And then 2 white terracotta, 1 black concrete. Then place 2 black concrete, 2 brown terracotta, and then make the rest of the row black concrete. We're going to extend some of this outwards, mainly the corner blocks on each of the top 2 corners of the head, the first block extending down, all of the blocks across the top of the head, and then we will also get the aberrant bits of hair as well, just on the second row. And we'll probably just leave it at that. We also want to add some white terracotta behind the sides of the face here, so the first 3 rows, 1, 2, 3 here, and also 1, 2, 3 here on the side, those want to get extended. Then the top of the head wants to get extended backwards by 7 rows using black concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And every single one of those wants to get extended backwards. But what we also want to do is extend the black concrete down by 2 rows, and then the rest of the head wants to be grey concrete, forming a cube. Perfect, so that is how the back of the head wants to end up looking. The next thing that we are going to do is come all the way down to the bottom of the statue, and we're going to come to the back. Extend the feet backwards by 3 rows using black terracotta. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. We then want to take the back 2 corners of the boots and extend them upwards 4 rows using brown concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Place brown terracotta in between the 2 rows of brown concrete, like this. And that is how we are going to leave the back for now, as the rest of the back will predominantly be red concrete. So, we are going to, first of all, just for the side of the statue, we are going to add just an extra row of brown concrete at the top here, because that might be visible from the side. But the entire back of the statue is going to be red concrete. So you can mark this out as if it was the back of the statue, as if this was like the entire back using red concrete, because I just want something to actually build off of. It's just easier to visualize things this way. So place red concrete extending all the way up from the bottom of the boots, all the way to the top of the head, like this. And now I think it makes it easier to make the arms. So we're going to make this right arm first of all, technically his left, but the arm on the right side here. To do this, at the top of the statue, we want to place a row of red concrete extending from the front to the back at the top of the torso. Extend it across 3 rows, 1, 2, 3, and the entire top of the shoulder will form this way in red. We then want to add a row of red concrete all the way around the bottom of the edge of the shoulder. And then on the front here, we want to add 2 rows of grey concrete extending down from the red concrete. We then want to, on the end, place 2 grey concretes, and then just a single grey concrete, tapering down to a point. Fill the centre of this in using blue concrete. And then on the side of the shoulder, we want to, or the side of the arm as we extend down from the shoulder, we just want to have grey. We don't have to concern ourselves with the back. Now, as we are on the front again, we want to place a row of blue concrete underneath the front row, and then extend it forwards by 3 rows. 1, 2, and then 3. We then, in front of this row right here, going from left to right, we want to place a blue concrete, 3 white terracotta, 1, 2, 3. And then for the next row, we want to place a white terracotta, blue concrete, 2 grey concrete. For the next row, we want to place 2 white terracotta and then 2 blue concrete. We want to extend the 2 white terracottas down 3 rows, 1, 2, 3. Same with the blue, 1, 2, 3. On the inside of the arm, we simply want to extend the white terracotta backwards a row, just so that it lines up with the terracotta above. And we want to extend the blue concrete backwards until it attaches back to the torso. On the right side, we want to do a similar thing. We extend the grey concrete down, the white terracotta down, and we will fill the side of the arm in, extending all the way back up to the shoulder, using blue concrete. We will do a very similar thing as well with underneath the arm too. So underneath the arm here, we'll pretty much just copy what we have above. So you can see a blue concrete there and a grey, and then a couple of white terracottas, and then blue concrete here. Extend this blue concrete backwards, and you don't have to fill in the back at all. But there we go. That is one arm poised and ready to create a bit of magic. We then want to come to the opposite side of the statue over here. We then want to grab the red concrete, take the top of the cloak area here, extend it outwards by 4 using red concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4. Extend it forwards a row. Place 2 rows of grey concrete in front. 1, 2. In front of this, starting from the end, we want to place 2 grey concrete, and then a single grey concrete tapering to a point. Blue concrete in between. We then want to place 3 rows of blue concrete, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3, like this. And then we are going to place left to right, 3 white terracotta, blue. And then we want to place 2 grey concrete, 1 blue, 1 white terracotta, 2 blue concrete, 2 white terracotta, like this. So this arm is positioned outwards from the previous. Just in case you were wondering, we don't want these to line up. What we then want to do is extend the end of the hand down by 3 rows. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. We want to extend the inside of the arm inwards using the colours that present themselves. So we have white concrete just at the front here, or white terracotta rather, and then blue concrete extending backwards towards the body. Same thing on the outside of the arm. We pretty much just want to copy what we have, although it might not make sense. We'll leave it. It's fine. It still looks good. So just use whatever material is there and extend it down pretty much, just so that it's even in length to the rest of the rows. Same thing with the red concrete. We don't have to fill the back of the statue in, you'll see why in a little bit. and that is looking pretty good. So those are both. Did we do underneath? No, we didn't. So, oh, we've just got to do underneath, and once again, we kind of just copy what's underneath when it comes to this. So it's very easy to forget about particular parts of the statue. Is that correct? So that should be there, right? Extend that over. Red concrete. There we go. Perfect. So now that we have done that, ladies and gentlemen, just take a little bit of a look. I'm very, very happy with that pose. I think that that looks pretty good. So we're going to fill the right side of the statue in first of all. It's kind of up to you how you want to do it. I would simply extend whatever blocks are on the front of the statue, extend them backwards, and it'll end up looking pretty good. On one side of the statue, you'll be able to see more than the other side depending upon the positioning of the arm, but there you go, that looks really good. The boot looks good, the belt connects, everything's looking good. On this side of the statue, it's the exact same thing, except we do get to see the side of the statue is exposed a little bit more, but that's okay because we can just, once again, use the exact same strategy, and it'll pretty much just be blue concrete above the belt anyway. There we go, that is perfect. I would like to construct the actual magic before we continue on, so we're going to need orange concrete, orange stained glass, and yellow stained glass for this. And all we're going to do is come to the left side of the statue, I'm calling it the left arm, but it's technically the right arm, but you guys know what I mean. Well, we want to take the center of the fist and place yellow glass in front of it. We then want to place orange stained glass around the flat parts of the 2x2 yellow square. Fill the corners in using yellow glass block. We then want to place orange glass extending outwards from the orange glass sections. And then orange concrete around the edge of this, joining in the corners. So it'll look like a nice circle, and will be-ish a circle. And there we go, that's perfect. Now, if you did want to add like a little bit of extra flair to this, it's up to you, but I think that it looks quite good as it is. Like, you could extend like some of the panes outwards, or some of the glass outwards, and you could make it look as though you know, it's like in motion, it's like he's about to fire something, like, if you wanted to, but I actually prefer it as is anyway. Instead of the orange concrete, by the way, another option, I should have mentioned this, is to place orange glass around instead. So, if you don't want such a harsh line, then you might prefer the orange pane. Is that connected together properly? You may prefer the orange glass pane instead of the orange concrete. All of this is just kind of personal preference from this point, so I'll leave it up to you which one you prefer. I actually quite like both. You could even use red as well if you wanted to include like a different colour element as well to kind of make it stand out a bit. Speaking of red, we are moving on to the final part of this. So, grab your red concrete and come all the way up to the top of the torso. We have to begin by extending a corner of red concrete around where Doctor Strange's collar would be. So on this side of the statue, you know, we have to work around the arm a little bit, but you guys can see how that works out. We then want to extend those sticky up red concretes backwards so that they hang off of the back of the statue like this, right? We then want to connect them together underneath. This is why it didn't matter to fill in the back of the build. Want to connect them together underneath, spanning the entire width of the statue. And then we want to drop the length of his cloak all the way down so that it sits just at the top of the boot line. So we are making a giant cloak here. I think that that's the correct amount. We're making a giant cloak here that simply just has to be filled in using red concrete. And that's it. I do hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye!